Claudia, and I hope you enjoyed the previous 4 articles that I presented in my PowerPoint. And I just wanted to tell you about my experience in this course, Introduction into Technology. When I was younger and I went to school, we didn't have all this technology stuff that is coming out. I was used to books and paper and pencils and whatnot. And I remember it was about who had the coolest crayons, who had the most awesomest eraser, the coolest folders, and whatnot. And nowadays, it seems like kids are about who has the coolest iPod or who has the newest iPod and the newest device that's out, you know? And that's just kind of frustrating because technology is getting into the classroom. And I wasn't familiar with that. I never really realized how much technology is impacting our education until I took this course, because I was so used to doing everything with a workbook or paper and a notebook. So coming into this class and starting projects about education or future education reference projects, it got really frustrating for me. It got really frustrating because I wasn't sure what I was doing, especially because I'm not big with technology. I even skipped a project on a smartboard because I got so frustrated. I didn't know what I was doing and I didn't ask for help. And I just skipped it and thinking that it wasn't going to affect me, but it did, because now I'm not really sure how to work a smartboard. And I was so frustrated to the point where every time I would download a system on my laptop for a project, I would just quit because it was so frustrating. So what I ended up doing is just taking a breath and just reading step by step. And when I started doing the projects, I realized that I just needed to breathe it out. So it started getting a little easier for me. As I started going on with my projects, it started getting easier to the point where it would take me a few minutes to figure out the program. But once I had figured out the program, I would just finish my project like this. And it felt kind of good because you're an alien to this. You're not sure what you're doing. So finally, when you get it down, you're like, yeah, I did this, you know. And technology, it's advancing and you need to advance with that. And I realized that it's not as hard as you think, because I even had students asking me for help, which I thought that would never happen for this digital essay. And I found that pretty awesome, from being so frustrated with technology to having people asking me for help. And I found that really nice, you know? So I just need to realize that as an educator, I need to know what the new trend is. I need to know what students are doing and what students are following in order to keep up with the students, because you need to find ways that students are going to want to use to learn. And I know I'm going to use technology later on in the classroom just because that's the new thing, you know. I'm pretty sure later on we're not going to have textbooks, and that is kind of scary, but it's the new thing and you have to go with it, especially because it makes everything else easier. And I know I'm going to use this technology later on in my classroom, and with creativity and innovation, communication and collaboration, research and information, and to facilitate and inspire students' learning and creativity. Just with technology, I could have my students do that. I could have them communicate with people around the world. That's something when I was younger, I was never able to do that. I was never able to experience that. So it's going to be nice when I'm a teacher to see my students learn in ways that I wasn't able to. Technology in the classroom has advanced to where students sometimes aren't even going to need me to learn something. They're just going to go into a website and learn something. And I'm going to be the one showing them that. I'm going to be pushing technology in that way. And that's kind of nice, because this course has taught me not to be afraid of using something that you don't know. And I know that after this, I'm going to keep on using technology. I even bought myself a new laptop. And that's pretty awesome because I was not into technology at all after this class.